There were giants in Brisbane once, and there was a mysterious mud flood sent by evil elites to cover the city. And Brisbane City Hall was built centuries ago by a lost civilization? What is all this nonsense? I think I need a drink first. I've been making history videos for my YouTube channel for a few years now, and it's obvious by watching my videos that history is all around us. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but over time, a number of very strange comments have been appearing on my channel. Something to do with an alternate history. The comments are along the lines of things like, that building you're looking at is far older than you think, or history is a lie, or that building was mud flooded. And the classic, research Tartaria. So what's going on here? Have I missed something? Is history actually a lie? Just what are these people on about? In its simplest form, this is what they believe.
Many centuries ago, there was a mighty civilization called Tartaria that originated in what is now Siberia. Not only were these people highly advanced and were able to create free energy for all, which was distributed through the air from church steeples, they also built magnificent Greco-Roman style buildings on nearly every continent. Also, actual giants lived amongst them. However, evil forces conspired to wipe out the Tartarian Empire. Most likely, these nefarious people were the ancestors of British royalty and the Rothschild family. And what event did they launch to destroy this empire and all traces of its existence? A flood of mud that engulfed the earth with the intention of burying Tartarian buildings to hide them from later generations. Basically, to hide them from us. This resulted in buildings being partially buried. These same evil elites also initiated a civilization reset that effectively wiped the minds of us ordinary people, so that no one would know what had gone before. And later, they even ignited fires in new towns and cities to further hide and or destroy the evidence. Oh, and apparently, mountains are actually melted buildings.
The result of this is that when Europeans began exploring the world and setting up colonies and trading posts from the late 15th century onwards, they began to find already standing grand Greco-Roman structures on nearly every continent. According to the conspiracy theory, we just found them and claimed them as our own, pretending that we had built them. Oh, and predictably, Jesus is involved in all this somehow. So let me set the scene. 1825, Henry Miller, the commandant of the now relocating Moreton Bay Penal Settlement, arrived here with his convicts and soldiers. And what did they find when they got here? Brisbane City Hall was already standing, with plumbing built by Tartarians. The colonists must have wandered about in wonder at these magnificent and fully complete stone buildings. Here's some of the people arriving already. How's it going? But surely, little Brisbane couldn't be part of this conspiracy theory nonsense. Well, think again. These two Dunning-Kruger nitwits have made a video where they claim that Brisbane's history is false. Oh, and full disclosure, they are unfortunately being totally serious.
Okay, so let's start with the Brisbane Town Hall. I made a little video when I was there on the weekends.
Morning, Tartarian hunters. With some old Tartarian tech on top.
What? The craftsmen, we can't even do that today. Hello, do you ever see buildings?
Fairs, like none of that artwork has got nothing to do with Australia at all. These had to have been functioning cities, right? I mean, so the 1600s, may have all been functioning.
So this apparently is the City Hall. Apparently this photo was taken in 1923. So this to me looks like an absolutely fake picture. Like this makes absolutely no sense.
To me, that could be 300 years ago. Mm-hmm. It's just got that look, doesn't it?
Yep. And it could be anywhere in the world.
It could be anywhere in the world. It
Yeah,
literally could.
exactly. So this is apparently the construction of the City Hall. So you can, or the deconstruction.
Yeah.
And the streets that are around it and these buildings, it looks very different from what it does today. Like this is a big, like this looks wrong. It doesn't look right.
Well, look at the angle on that street. Oh, that's two streets, is it? The sort of white in a white. Yeah, that's not the streets there today, is it?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They can just put any photo in and go, oh, look, there's a clock tower. You know, we'll get that and we'll just write this on it. Mm-hmm. And everyone just believes it.
This is the photo they are embarrassing themselves with. The road in front of City Hall and heading up the hill is Albert Street. This is the spire of the Albert Street Uniting Church. The road veering off to the left is Roma Street. The building up here is St Bridget's Catholic Church. And here is Brisbane City Hall under construction. This is most definitely a photograph of Brisbane in the 1920s.
You see, what these people do is they just look at old photos of Brisbane and they make up stories for them. They don't care what the photo really is. All they care is what fantasy they can create around that photo to fit their conspiracy theory ideas. And you see, the thing is, they never actually offer any evidence. They're very good at making claims and statements, but they never actually show us some evidence. I mean, look, we've got evidence, we've excavated, or we've found this incredible document that proves something. They don't do that. That's what these mudflood Tartarian conspiracy theorists don't do, is they don't give you evidence. So what that is called denialism, and that's just being polite. They are so caught up in their own fantasy world that they willingly deny the real world. So we got Marianne from
The House Detective
and Tony from
T-Rocks.
T-Rocks. There we are. Yeah, grab a drink, just hang out anywhere, stay as long as you want. It's not, there's nothing structured, we've got the whole space.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Have you had a drink?
I've got one just there. Yeah.
Another drink?
Famous people to sign something. So if you don't mind signing that,
Yeah, for sure.
for me you can sign it and just say
Yeah,
walk
okay.
around with Rob. Work for these guys. What's the old number 7 stand for? Now that's actually made out of
I'm guessing there must have been some sort of mind control over the people of Brisbane in the 1920s to make them believe that Brisbane City Hall was being deconstructed, as this woolly goon seems to believe. You could drive an entire funk and wagonals right through the holes in their hypotheses.
It is also an example of a self-perpetuating delusion, because anything that doesn't match their conspiracy theorist beliefs is taken as evidence that the information presented is engineered to be fraudulent, thereby confirming their belief that everything is fake and a cover-up to hide the truth. QED.
For those who would like to know the real history of Brisbane City Hall, I made a video about it. The link is in the description. Not only do those two people from that YouTube channel about the history of Brisbane not give any evidence, the people who leave comments on my channel also don't leave any grand evidence. They leave grand statements, but that's about it. So all they can say is what they believe, not what they know. But don't take my word for it. If you want to get evidence from these people, ask them. But I can guarantee you one of three things will happen. First of all is they will just give you a link to somebody else's YouTube channel that also has no evidence. Two, they will throw some word salad at you and possibly some Bible quotes. And three, they will just tell you to do your own research.
This is now the casino in Brisbane. It's the old Treasury building. And same thing. I found one construction photo, half of it's cut off, and the same friggin' what are they called? The scaffolding, the cranes, the same, and the few, dudes standing around looking like they've done nothing except build this whole thing.
She only found one photo? I found several within a few moments.
And literally the photo that I did find, it had two horse and carts outside of it. And I'm just thinking, you motherfuckers, how dumb do you think we are?
Our two intrepid investigators believe that the Treasury building was just too complex to have been built by us, and was instead built by the Tartarians. In reality, the building was constructed in 3 stages from 1886 to 1928. This is what the site looked like in the early 1870s, before construction began. An earlier Victoria Bridge can be seen in the background, with South Brisbane just beyond. In this photo from 1887, you can see that Stage 1 is under construction. Here, you can see the construction of Stage 2 and its completion afterwards. And in this photo, you can see the completion of Stage 3. The building is now complete.
Hey everyone. This is really weird. I'm just sitting here on my own and I've got no one to talk to. The real question is, why do these people believe in this nonsense? And I think, and this is just my opinion, but I think there are some people who maybe they struggled academically at school, and then afterwards they never quite found their place in society. And then something like this Tartarian mud flood conspiracy theory comes along, and for whatever reason it appeals to them. It makes them feel knowledgeable, and so they grab onto it. They like to feel that they know something, that they're in on a secret. It kind of makes them feel, for want of a better word, superior. They latch on to this conspiracy theory with a religious fervour.
These are often, but not always, the same people who worship Donald Trump, who think chemtrails are real, who deny the Holocaust, and who think the Earth is flat. We aren't dealing with research or evidence from them. We are instead dealing with belief. This is why conspiracy theorists get so angry when you don't agree with them. It's because you aren't questioning their research, because there isn't any. You are instead questioning their faith.
I suppose you could say that conspiracy theories are a form of religion.
This showed a very long time.
How to make, that's the science of caffeine, yeah. Okay. That's the science on how not to meet women. The bizarre comments I get on my channel from conspiracy theorists are a result of misinformation. And misinformation covers not just history, it covers definitely politics, economics, religion, race. It's just something that YouTubers have to put up with. The Tartarian mud flood conspiracy, it sticks out like a sore thumb. We know exactly what it is. And just got you just a little tiny bit, just a little tiny bit. The danger with this sort of lunacy is that it influences people who may be susceptible to such misinformation. They don't have the education or the wherewithal to know that they're being lied to, and so they take it up. They believe it's real, and then they start propagating it further and further. The study of history takes time, and that's no pun intended. For every video that I make, I do weeks of research, sometimes even a couple of months, to make sure I get the information right. The Tartarian believers choose to believe that history is wrong, that it's a lie. Therefore, they are free to make up whatever history they want. It's an open field. Wherever their imagination takes them, they can say whatever they want and then parade it as if it's fact. No, wait a minute. A lie can spread halfway around the world while the truth is still putting its pants on. Yeah.
That sounds like something Mark Twain would say, right?
I would say Mark Twain rather than Winston Churchill. Yeah.
What determines it's a conspiracy theory?
Anything I don't agree with.
Okay, so that's a lie.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Spiders are beautiful. Snakes are amazing. Food with bones in it is acceptable.
All false. All false. This is Paul, by the way. He's leaving soon. This here is a very good friend of mine. This is Tony.
Hello.
Tony.
Lovely to see you, Rob.
Tony,
Once
I didn't
again,
know if you were
it's been a long time.
coming along.
I come to show my face.
Yeah. Tony, one of the most awesome Australian actors.
Oh, stop.
I must get onto TikTok. I haven't done it yet. I just been worried because the Chinese government owns it or something. Or you wouldn't know. So, to all the mudflood Tartarian conspiracy theorists, you know full well that you don't have any evidence. Because if you did, you would have provided it already. The only thing you have proven is that you don't actually have any proof. Thank you very much for watching the video. Everyone's having a great time here. There they all are. And I've had a great time here. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'll see you again soon.